This is Andy with QualityStocks.net. Today is April 9th, 2010, and we're taking a look at Newport Digital Technologies. It's a bulletin board stock trading with the ticker NPDT. We'll take a look at the quick overall chart. It's an interesting doji that it dropped, spinning top yesterday. Looking at this chart in a little bit longer term perspective, not necessarily for a larger move tomorrow. I think we're trying to look and see if this is trying to found a bottom when it touched, just over a penny, 0.121 there, a week and a half ago. It's made a nice slow climb from there to there. If you could have caught it from top to bottom, that's probably 50% gain or more, right around there. Nice move. But we're looking at this more in a longer term perspective. Now we can see that we've got the MACD holding a nice trend line, moving up. The histogram breaking just above zero again, which shows you the cross of the fast and slow lines. Kind of the same way with the PPO making another cross, coming off of a pinch a little over a month ago. MFI is kind of indicative. You'd expect something like this with a little bit of indecision in the move. It's been a nice climb, but there's been some indecisive candles with some dojis and spinning tops. So we want to see that these longer MFIs, the 14 and 21, can hold these levels and start to make a turn upward. The 14 or the 7, we may see a slight pullback because they typically like to move in groups when they're making a stronger move. So we might see a little bit of a pullback there. That's okay. Accumulation distribution over the last month, holding a basic level maybe in the last 3-4 weeks. See the slightest uptrend. We'd like to see this iron out a rounded bottom here and start to trend back upward. Hopefully it'll follow along the lines of the money flow, which you can see has made a nice uptrend over the last couple months, about ready to break back into positive territory, which in a longer term, that's what we want to see. We want to see it get back over zero. CCI and full stow kind of in the same positions with they're in a middle ground about to go. You see the break above zero, that break above 50. We're into bull territory. So we'd like to see those get back over and hold over 50 and remain strong. The trick's kind of in the same position where it keeps going down around -1, making a move and bouncing back up, bouncing back up. You see a couple different times reach that area. We want to see this make a move here and start trending towards zero. Establish a little bit more of a bull trend from a candlestick standpoint. Let's put a trend line on here. Excuse me. I think we'd more necessarily go through there. You can touch those points and put it out there. But we're going to try and hit as many points as possible. So we'll put it right through there somewhere. The important thing to note about this is the fact that this had this little incline through here and had some resistance. Right kind of where it's sitting today. See, over the last week, it kept going up and touching 0.16. In classic TA, it was a resistor support level in the past that fell. Now it's a resistance level. That doji on top, sometimes you'll see a red candle that'll follow right after that. If it does that, we might see this come back down and touch the bottom again somewhere, in the 0.12, maybe 0.13 area. But today we're looking for this. It's pinned right against the 20-day moving average, which is the middle Bollinger Band, which is a typical first level of moving average resistance. The 50-day is a little bit stronger of a resistance, and of course the 200-day is a much stronger. So right now, to begin any sort of a bull chart, we want to see this get over the 20-day and challenge this 50-day. And in the long term, we want to see these Bollinger Bands start to turn and move north. Get the real short moving averages, we'll get underneath it, get the 20 underneath it as well, and let those moving averages help push this stock and challenge this 50-day and try and get over it. These are some things we're going to be looking for in a more long term. If we start to see some of these, then, as a trader, a lot of times you look to get into it and ride that. If you're going to swing trade it, we're going to hold it for, a few weeks to a few months. You're looking for this to establish a bull pattern and get these Bollinger Bands turning and get the shorter moving averages underneath it. Of course, a move above a 50-day is a bullish move. So we're going to be looking for some of these things to start happening and see if this indeed found a true bottom. Another level of resistance, I think it's going to be pretty strong, is going to be 2, which is, we talk about it a lot of different times. It's a whole number. It's a classic level. It's a psychological level of resistance. And it also just happens to be an area through here where it's going to see more. So if it were to make a quick move, it'll be challenging the top of that trend line, especially if we put this trend line coming off of this point right through there. It's going to see a resistance level at a couple different points. But the point of this chart video is to say, look where this is right now. Let's see it hold, the bottom trend line of course. And let's see if it can hold the little bit of support that it's established right there at 015. You can see it's touched it several times and been able to hold it. This last week, it's really worked hard at holding above it. So let's see if it can first hold that and then start to challenge some of these moving averages that I just touched upon and the resistance level that I just touched upon. And I think we might be getting into a bull pattern here with this chart. This is Andy with QualityStocks.net taking a look at NPDT.